have here.
And the Great Acadiana Awakening continues through this Saturday with events happening across Acadiana. We'll have a link to those on our website, katc.com. In Lafayette, I'm Kayla Quintero, your Lafayette Parish reporter with KATC TV3.
Once again, it was a pleasant start this morning. Temperature starting out in the mid to upper 50s to near 60 degrees. Lafayette, it was officially 64 morning start. Got up to about 87, 88 degrees in Lafayette. Now we're holding in the low to mid 80s, and temperatures will drop nicely again tonight, but certainly a little bit warmer than normal. Big ridge of high pressure over the eastern U.S. is pretty much dominating our weather with clear skies. So it's a temperature forecast going into this evening, but those clear skies have some smoke in them. I'm going to talk a little bit more about that in the main weather. You can see temperatures running down into the lower 60s tonight. Lafayette will bottom out near 59 or 60 degrees. Then for tomorrow, topping out in the mid to upper 80s once again, with lots of sunshine staying in the forecast. We do have change on the way, though, as we head into the weekend. A front on the way. Maybe some showers as well for Saturday and or early Sunday. Details on that and a peek into the tropics coming up in just a little bit.
A Lafayette woman has been arrested for allegedly forging a letter to obtain hundreds of thousands of dollars in federal grant money. Rachel Willis is facing one count of felony forgery. Authorities say that while working as a patient access representative at Our Lady of Lourdes, she created a fake letter claiming to be from the CEO of the Franciscan Missionaries of Our Lady Health System. Although no funds were dispersed to her, the grant was approved for nearly $600,000. In Iberia Parish, residents will soon have the chance to enjoy a series of theatrical performances and musicals. It's all part of New Iberia's award-winning Main Street Beneath the Balconies, now celebrating its 15th year. This free event is open to the public and will kick off on Sunday, November 2nd at 2 p.m.
15 years ago, Bob Darwa had a wonderful idea. Let's celebrate downtown New Iberia's architecture and their balconies by featuring local talent. So for 15 years, we've been celebrating. This year, October 19th, 2025, 11 o'clock, be at the Shadows. Don't be late.
This year's lineup includes performances from The Three Tenors, Willy Wonka, Legally Blonde, and The Wizard of Oz, just to name a few. The celebration will conclude with a special performance by the Victory Bells from the National World War II Museum. Happening now in Lafayette Parish, the Diocese of Lafayette is holding its annual White Coat Mass. Physicians, healthcare providers, and their families have gathered for worship at St. Pius X Church on Kali Saloom. Following the Mass, a reception hosted by Our Lady of Lourdes will take place at the church entrance. The event is open to the public. Staying in Lafayette Parish, earlier today, businesses across the area joined in the UL homecoming spirit with the annual Paint the Town Red celebration. Participants were encouraged to decorate their storefronts with Ragin' Cajun pride, complete with themed decorations, skits, and chants. Our parish reporter Joshua Moten served as a judge for the event. Tomorrow, the festivities continue with Paint the Town Red for local schools. We have more neighborhood news coming up tonight. Parish reporter Penelope Lopez is shining a spotlight on a local Spanish immersion program in celebration of Hispanic Heritage Month. You can catch the full story later on Acadiana's News Channel at 6.
And with a big ridge of high pressure nearly sitting on us, it's copy and paste weather for tomorrow, but change is on the way this weekend. We'll discuss that and a peek at the tropics coming up right after the break.
Closed.
Welcome back. Well, if you like today's weather, you're going to love tomorrow. You're going to like Thursday, Friday. The weekend, though, we do have changes on the way and eventually humidity on the rise. Let's take a look at our tower cam as the sun sets across Acadiana and Lafayette. Always pretty skies, but notice that layer of smoke and haze on the horizon. That covers a good part of Louisiana. And the farther that you look off, you can see deeper into the smoke. So it's and if we were 40 miles to the west, this is the way it would look as well in every direction. And it has to do with a lot of burning that's being done this time of year. Also cane smoke as well. So let's take a look at some of the air quality. And because we have that big ridge of high pressure sitting on us, our air quality not so much in the good category, moderate, which is not too terribly bad. But you get around the industrial areas and bigger cities, you're getting into the unhealthy category for sensitive groups. So that's for folks that have asthma Also, what I have plotted on here, and you can see some of these blobs off to the east, this is actual smoke, so you can see there's more burning going on over toward, say, Alabama. And locally, again, we're picking up on some smoke, and this is some natural burning that's going on or prescribed burning, and you can see picking up on some of that cane smoke in Iberia Parish as well. And I don't see a change in the pattern. It's not super unhealthy, but it's not good as well. But that's what we do and deal with when we have a very important crop in the area in cane. That's that big ridge of high pressure, so things are not moving much in the atmosphere. And check out my social media posts. I kind of shot a couple of pictures of that cane smoke from the air on my way back from Houston Sunday in the air. Now, as we take a look at what's going on in the air locally, not a whole lot. It's on the west coast where we have snow and good snows in the Sierra Nevada and some heavy-duty weather across California, and that low pressure system on the east coast. So it's almost like a omega block pattern where we have that ridge pretty much dominating our weather. So nothing showing up on radar, and can't even pick up much in the way of bird migrations these days as well. It's been relatively quiet there, at least at the radar level. As we take a look at the tropics, there's not a whole lot going on locally close to home. A couple of tropical waves out into the Atlantic. We do have one storm, Tropical Storm Lorenzo, and an area that we're going to be watching. Models picking up on this. Do not pay attention to the GFS model, but the Euro captures this and brings it all the way across the Atlantic in 8 to 10, maybe 12 days toward the Western Caribbean. So something that we'll keep an eye on. Meanwhile, can you spot the center of this tropical system? Not really. This is Lorenzo, barely a tropical storm at this point, and will stay that way for a while, eventually just washing out in the open Atlantic. Our weather just pretty much the same as we move forward. Temperatures topping out in the upper 80s for tomorrow, more of the same for Thursday. But as we get toward the end of the week and into the weekend, we're going to see a return flow, maybe a few scattered showers for our homecoming Saturday, and maybe some storms as well. There could be even a severe weather risk, especially off to the northeast of Acadiana proper. Rain chances maybe through Sunday morning. After that, we cool off as we head into Monday morning, back down into the mid-50s, but more quick changes as we head into next week. And that's going to be the theme of 10-day forecast as we move on. Big temperature changes up and down. Don't expect a whole lot of rain with the frontal boundary this weekend. Maybe as you get up toward Monroe, more significant rains and maybe some heavier storms. And then maybe the second front that we see about 10 or 11 days down the road could bring us better rainfall. For tonight, we're talking mid to upper 50s to near 60 for your overnight low. And as we get into that 10-day forecast, we're looking at continued above normal temperatures. Highs this time of year should be in the lower 80s and lows around 60. We'll be above that into the weekend with some rain chances this weekend and seesaw temperatures as we head into next week. That's it for weather for now. We'll have more coming up later in the show.
Looking ahead tonight at 6, festival season is in full swing, and we've got all the details on this year's Rice Festival. Don't miss the full story coming up later.
Punto de referencia.
As Hispanic Heritage Month comes to a close, we are highlighting local leaders in our community, those who are breaking barriers and making sure to keep the culture alive. I'm KTC's Penelope Lopez with how one educator is motivating her students in and outside the classroom. Hispanic Heritage Month is a time to celebrate culture, identity, and those who make a difference. Today, we are highlighting individuals who are shaping our Acadiana community and breaking barriers. I'm KTC's Penelope Lopez with how one local teacher is inspiring the next generation.
Este número mixto está más cerca de 2 enteros.
While this may look like your typical class,
3 quintos es igual a un entero.
Students erasing their whiteboards, raising their hands, and answering questions. This class is quite unique.
I think we are creating leaders for the future.
Math is universal, and here students at Burke Elementary School are learning it not just in English, but also in Spanish.
Escribe la ecuación completa. I think I'm opening the door to the new generations to have a second language or keep their heritage language and be bilingual in this country. Being bilingual opened the doors and the opportunities to be here at the United States.
Ms. Gabriela Rio, a Mexican native, has taught for 24 years, 17 of those years as a Spanish immersion teacher in Lafayette Parish. The cultural integration is part of the school's Spanish immersion program, where students integrate Spanish into their everyday life.
Punto de referencia.
Providing them with valuable linguistic advantages.
The studies and investigations show that if they start before 5 years old or in the first years, they can develop all the 4 skills of the language: the reading, the writing, the listening, and the speaking.
And as Hispanic Heritage Month comes to a close,
Prepara todas tus cosas.
Ms. Rio is reminding students about the importance of celebrating la cultura, or the culture.
So we teach about culture during these heritage months, and we tell them what other countries. We talk about the food, we talk about the songs, and we just don't do it during this month. We carry traditions through the whole entire year, especially at the school.
And this is just a small glimpse of the spirit of Latinos here across Acadiana. To hear more stories, you can head on over to our website at KTC.com, where you'll see this year's Hispanic Heritage Month special titled Voices del Camino, or Voices of the Journey.
Coming up tonight on Acadiana's News Channel at 6, an annual bike ride honoring neighbors lost in cycling accidents across Acadiana. We'll bring you all the details on this year's Mickey's Loop ride happening this week, coming up later tonight. Welcome back. In Lafayette Parish, AOC is launching a new series aimed at highlighting Acadiana organizations making a real impact. It's called Nonprofit Narratives. This Thursday at 7 p.m., the half-hour TV series will premiere, offering viewers a front row seat into the heart and mission of local